Hey singers, in the past few years there have been so many voice coach reacts videos, so I wanted to try something different, which is react to a performance by a serious amateur singer and then move beyond just the ooh wow reaction to try and give some serious constructive feedback. So let me know if you like this format in the comments below. In this video, I'll be reacting to a cover of Post Malone's Overdrive performed by this Reddit user.
I spend my nights on overdrive. I live my life so uninspired. There ain't no angels in this world, so I live my life on overdrive.
Thanks for posting this video, singer. There are a few things I absolutely loved about your performance. There's a wonderful warmth and beauty in your tone. There's a sense of your love of music and performing. And even I see you in down the track as a singer, songwriter. I think you've got a lot going for you. So I want to give you 4 tips for how to improve your performance. Tip number 1, try to introduce your performance, why it's professional and good industry practice. And then number 2, you're using another artist's work. And as an artist yourself, you really want to be acknowledging and supporting the creative work of other artists. Number 3, it helps you establish a connection with your audience. And number 4, it helps you think about what you're singing and why you're singing it. To introduce your song professionally, follow this 3-step formula. Number 1, say who you are. Number 2, say what you're singing. And number 3, try and say one thing about the song which will help us either connect with you as an artist or connect with the song itself. As an example, you could say, hi everyone, my name's Darren. I'll be singing Overdrive by the American rapper Post Malone. The original recording is a fusion of indie rock and jangle pop and explores how far we can sometimes go to try and win the approval of others. In this performance, I want to try something different by bringing the key down and making it more of an intimate acoustic rock kind of thing. Tip number 2, try to warm up your voice before you record any kind of performance. Why? Because your voice is a physical instrument living inside your body. Your singing will feel better and more easier. You'll produce a more balanced and beautiful tone. You'll be able to sing longer and more consistently, which is really important when you're recording and have to do multiple takes. And you'll also maintain your vocal health. So how to warm up your voice? Well, it needs to be part of some form of deliberate practice. So that means you avoid just doing a bunch of random singing type warm-up exercises. Instead, you use some form of structured logical system that warms up your whole vocal range and covers all the key components of your singing. And for most singers, that warm-up needs to be around 15 to 20 minutes. And if you're looking for some clear, simple information about how to warm up your own voice confidently and know that you're doing a good job, then check out my online course, Warm Up Your Voice with Confidence, and I'll leave a link to that in the comments below. Tip number 3, train your ear on the sounds that are in this song. So why train your ear? Well, firstly, I think there's some things in the melody of Overdrive that you may not be hearing correctly. For example, you sing,
I spend my nights on overdrive.
But actually the melody goes like this. I live my life on overdrive, which I think is a little bit more interesting. Do, 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 do. So you want there to be agreement between the sounds that you're imagining in your head and the sounds that are actually coming out of your mouth. You want to try to understand clearly what it is the songwriter intends, and then also sing what it is that you mean to sing. Also, when you train your ear, there's the possibility of doing some improvisation over the chord progression of the song and maybe finding a creative way to cover the song. So how to train your ear for this song? Well, you took the key down to E, and most of the sounds that you're singing are actually an E pentatonic scale. We could name the scale using letter names, E, F sharp, G, B, C sharp, or you could name it with numbers, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. First thing I'd do is strum some of the chords for the song on the guitar and see if you can find that scale against the chord. Do, re, mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do. And then I'd practice all of the leaps starting on do in the scale, which would be do, re, do, mi, do, sol, do, la, and then come down. La, sol, la, mi, la, re, la, do. In this song, the pentatonic scale goes down to the lower 6, so we actually hear do, la, do, re, mi, sol, la. And that gives you that lower note. I live my life, I live my life. So one thing that might help would be to sing some leaps going down to that lower C sharp, or I'm going to call it la. For example, starting on the first note of the scale, do, and going down to la, and then up to re, la, and then mi, la, sol, la, la, la. And then starting on the la and going up like this. La, do, la, re, la, mi, la, sol, la, 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 sol, la, mi, la, re, la, do, la, la. Tip number 4, master the leaps that are in this song. Why? Because the voice, unfortunately, is not set and forget. And so what works for one vowel in one part of your range doesn't necessarily translate to all vowels in all parts of your range. No matter how good a singer you are, we've always got to find ways to make our voice work with rather than against the laws of acoustics. 2 things you can do to master the leaps in this song. Number 1, make sure that on those higher notes you drop the jaw a little bit. And number 2, make sure you're thinking towards modifying some of these vowels.
I spend my nights on overdrive.
You want to make sure you're dropping your jaw just a little bit more on the syllable O, so that you're singing I live my life on O, and not I live my life on O. And because you're trying to thin out the voice just a little bit here so that you transition into a mixed voice, it's more helpful for you to sing O-oo than O-oo. In other words, O, O, O. There was another little challenging O vowel right here.
And there's nowhere, and there's nowhere I can hide.
This part of the song, you were actually opening your mouth enough, but the larynx was coming up, and so it was reducing that space again. So try to keep the larynx down by staying a bit dumb and dopey there, so that you find and there's nowhere rather than and there's nowhere. So here are my 4 tips for you, and if you like what I have to say, maybe try and put some of them into practice. I'd love to hear your second attempt. Thank you everyone for watching the video right through to the end. If you're an adult singer of contemporary styles and you love learning about singing, I'm posting videos regularly, so make your voice heard by hitting that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.